y'all.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Okay.
We just wanted to catch everybody up because we have been lacking on our videos. We took a little time off to spend time with family.
Oh, you gotta take care of the family.
Different locations. The last video was when we were in Georgia and we were at an RV park. And when we left there on Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas Eve.
That morning.
Because our grandson's birthday is the 23rd, so we wanted to stay there for that. So we ended up at East Bank, Corps of Engineer Park on Christmas Eve.
And that's in Chattahoochee, Florida, which is
right.
The park itself is on the Georgia side, and it's Bainbridge, Georgia. And it's the Chattahoochee River that comes down through there.
We love that park.
Yeah,
and I'll put a link up in the corner. Then we went to Big Biloxi, Mississippi. And that was quite the experience. I'll put the drone footage up in this link here. However, what happened to us there at Big Biloxi, honey?
Oh, there was the park. It was a National Forest Service park, and you don't really camp on the river there. The river's in the area; it's further down the road, but the park is up above it. Because of the hurricanes that went through there back in October, late October, because we were on our way home to boat. We were in Mississippi when it went by.
Right.
The park was damaged, so a lot of the power was knocked out at the campground. So there's no host there. But there was one other couple camped there on Christmas Eve, and we asked them, did they have power? And they said, there's no power in the park, and there's no host. So there's only, he says, check around it wherever you find
and
power.
And it was cold.
And it was cold. So the front was coming through, as our luck is always that way.
Oh,
our front's always coming. So for Christmas Eve, though, we found site, I think it's site number 9 in the park.
Yes.
It had different loops there. So I just went around testing with my meter. And I found us some power, and we plugged in, and there was no place to leave no money or nothing, or we would have paid. But
restrooms were closed.
The restrooms were closed, but there were some campsites that had power, so we took advantage of that situation. Nobody bothers. It's safe. It's Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Day. We were there Christmas Day.
Oh, Christmas Eve. That's right. We left Christmas morning. And but it was a good night stay, and it's a nice park. It's just that the storms did damage to the power system there.
Yeah. And our next fabulous place that we stayed was Beaver Creek in Minden, Louisiana.
Nice little park there. They have drive up. You can't. It's hard to make reservations online. They say 4 days in advance, but it wouldn't let me make a reservation. So we always just drive, or you can call them.
Right.
And the hosts there are really good. So, but we stayed there a night, and it was great.
Yep.
No problems.
And I'll put the link to that video up in the corner. And the next place we stayed, because we were visiting our family in McKinney, Texas, was East Fork Corps of Engineer Park in Wiley, Texas, and we stayed there for 7 days in the rain and the wind
and the cold.
Yes,
it got cold. Another front was coming through. A little bit there for a couple hours. We were rocking pretty good because of the wind gusts were hitting us.
One day was great, and that's when the grandkids came and visited.
That one day we walked around the park,
but we still had to have jackets and hoods on.
Yeah, the rain had let up a little bit. Is this the park where we had the dinosaur tracks in the road?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're trying to be positive here.
We're trying to be positive.
They were big mud holes, big craters.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
When we talked to some of the people there, a fellow named Scott, he said that they had just cut the grass at this Corps park, and they had the tent section and the horse section was closed off. It's on a lake. It's on Lake Lavon, but
nice restrooms though.
The day use areas were shut down because I think a lot of it's COVID.
Yeah.
COVID related.
Yeah.
So it was quite a few, but the park itself, the main area was open, and it had. Didn't have one restroom there.
I mean, the sites themselves were great.
The sites were pretty good.
They were.
And the power was good. Everything was good with that. It's just that the road itself The restrooms are clean. They had trash bins. That was all good. But the road itself, even when you're coming into the park, you got to go real slow. I'm talking 1 to 2, 3 miles an hour. It's going to take you a good 5 or 10 minutes to get into the park.
Yeah.
So I never experienced those conditions in a road in an Army Corps park.
Exactly.
We have stayed at a lot of them, but I've never experienced those conditions.
Yeah. This is the work. Sorry.
Dinosaur tracks were pretty big in this one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of them were, 6, 8, 10 inches deep.
Yeah. It would have torn. It could have torn your rig up if you had hit them.
If you hit them the wrong way, you're gonna feel it.
It needs some TLC. Let's just put it that way. And it's in Wiley, Texas. And I'll put a link in the description below if you want to go check it out.
Well, the guy was telling me that the other parks around there are the better to go to than that one.
Oh,
he said,
because you can't get into
it. I don't know. I don't live in the area, but he said on a scale of 1 to 5, this park is a 1. All the other parks are 5s. Now I don't understand their funding or what the difference is. I just don't know. But it's a fairly easy to get to. Walmart's was a mile away.
Yeah.
It's in a great location. I had a lot of amenities.
The ER was closed.
So she had to go to the ER in Wiley.
Yeah.
And we had that'd be another little story for you. But had to take her to the ER, and we got it all covered. But
great ER though.
Great ER, great folks in Wiley. We don't want to put the community down or anything like that. We had a great time.
They just need a little TLC.
But
that's it.
Like I say, that's the first Corps park we've. Now I would expect it from the Forest Service because I do slam them once in a while. But Army Corps, I've never run up on anything with the Army Corps, and BLM is usually pretty awesome too.
Right.
But the Army Corps, it's the first time I've ever run up on where the roads and stuff to me were if I had to rate them,
almost impassable.
Almost hard to get down.
Yeah.
And there was a few spots where it was nice and smooth. To me, if you can't fix the pavement, just gravel it.
Exactly.
Just leave it gravel.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the fix-all right there. But anyway, I don't call that. That's what I know in the area, and the people in the area said they love to come there because it is kind of out.
Yeah, it is.
Out of the way.
It's quiet and it's dark at night.
And you may hear a train go by, but it's in a far distance. No airplanes over, nothing like that. We didn't hear any of that. But it was a fairly nice and quiet park.
But y'all know how it is when we camp. There's a train, a major road, and a river or lake. Every time.
Anyway, but hey, it's all part of the adventure, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want to be too negative on it. But it's a really great location, the park, everything's a great community in Wiley, really friendly people. Great time there. Love Texas.
Yeah.
Love Texas. So it's just that you run into a park, it surprises you because you just don't. We don't never see nothing like that as far as something deteriorated and that run down.
I mean, the campsites themselves had a covered picnic area.
Oh yeah, it's great.
With a stand-up grill and
nice smoker grills. I mean, everything there was just great.
Yeah,
it's just
wow.
The only thing like in there really was just the road.
Yeah. Our next adventure was at the IHop in Midland, Texas. Oh my gosh. We're sleeping really good. We go to bed early because we wanted to get an early start.
It's a big parking lot in back of the IHop there. We asked them if we could park in the back and eat the next morning, which we did do. We did do that. And but at 2 o'clock in the morning, we got woke up.
Yeah, startled awake.
Yeah, man.
Headlights coming at the side of the trailer and squealing wheels.
We didn't know what was going on.
Tires.
We thought it was a cop chase or something coming in behind where the rig was at.
Oh my gosh. It was two guys doing donuts between our rig and another rig parked up in front of us.
Yeah. They were doing donuts in the parking lot at 2 in the morning.
That was scary.
And
that was scary.
They did that for a little while, and we called the law because we didn't know what was going on. And then when we got into the IHop the next morning, we told the law. We never seen the law came. Them guys, we never seen the law. They didn't come that we seen. And they parked their trucks and they went in and ate. We think they've been drinking and partying. It was Saturday night, so you know,
you gotta expect that kind of thing.
And we just didn't. We'd read several reviews. It was a great place to camp because Walmart there don't really conduit to RVers.
Right.
And we don't understand why that is, but that's just their policy, so we respect that.
Well, hey.
But the IHop was generous. It was nice.
It was. Great breakfast the next morning.
Great breakfast the next morning. People were very friendly, courteous, and but we asked the lady, the waitress. She'd been there her whole life, grew up in town. Says, yeah, some of the kids on the weekends, you know, when a place has been shut down, they'll go in and do donuts in the parking lot, stuff like that. And some places, you know, you'll see there. I said, well, some places I've seen had telephone poles and gates up on their property. She says, yeah, 'cause kids are going there and spin their tires and stuff around doing donuts and knock out glass and windows, spinning rocks. But we have run up on that out here in the desert. You will run up on that where people have no consideration for a business or other people in the area.
Exactly.
They'll want to spin their tires. And we've seen people our age doing it, people younger doing it. It's just not young people.
Yeah.
It's just that person decides, I'm going to spin my tires and throw rocks all over your rig and all over your stuff and all over your business. I don't know where their mind is at.
Exactly.
I just don't know. But anyway, that was our excitement. That was our drama. Never seen the cops though, but them guys went and ate, then they left.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Didn't do no more donuts, and
we slept the rest of the night.
Slept the rest of the night pretty good.
Yeah. Our next stop was Dreamcatcher, which is an escapees park in Deming, New Mexico. And I will put a link up in the corner to that RV park.
That's where it got down to
17 degrees.
17
Ooh,
degrees.
it was cold.
It was very cold.
I was a popsicle, y'all.
We had drove about 400 miles that day, a little over 400. And when you get tired driving like that, we drove for right at 10 hours.
It's time to stop.
So we felt like we were just going to make it at the rest area. Got nice rest areas at exit 61 down there. But I just told her, let's just pull in the Dreamcatcher. We'll call them, see if they got any vacancies. They had some vacancies. Oh. And we pulled in there. It was $23 and some change.
Yeah.
But we ran power all night. We ran our heater all night.
Exactly.
It was cold.
And they only filled every other campsite because of COVID.
That was their health advisory.
It's New Mexico. And then we drove all day from there to Saddle Mountain, which is here in Arizona.
And that's in Tonopah.
And I put the drone footage, I put the drone up so that you can see what it looks like. It's fabulous. We love staying out there.
It's just when the wind blows the wrong way. There's the chicken ranch near there. It can be pretty smelly.
Yeah.
But if you stay in there in the wintertime and the wind's blowing, I think out of the north, it's not so bad. But, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes out here, you know.
And the last footage, drone footage that is, we're here in the queue. Woohoo!
We're at Quartzsite. We're ready. And
I'm so excited.
It's perfect.
It's
70
fabulous.
degrees and it's 20% humidity and there's just light breeze. It's perfect.
Awesome.
We love it. I love it here.
All right. Y'all give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Be safe out there.